Hello everybody. This is Archana here from Read, Write, Inspire. Ramya, Vivek and I have been busting writing myths at Swellcast. I'll leave a link to that below. Since this is something interesting and relevant, I thought I would share it with all of you here too. The first myth that we've busted is genre fiction inferior to literary fiction? Is it right to say that? Let's see. As soon as this topic cropped up, I was reminded of a literary incident that I'd read about a few years ago, in fact. Kazuo Ishiguro, the British novelist who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2017, wrote a book called The Buried Giant, which was published in 2015. This book, though it was clearly a fantasy novel, was initially not called as a fantasy, as the publisher and others in the industry felt it would tarnish the author's name. Later, after a huge ruckus by fantasy fans and popular authors like Ursula Le Guin and Neil Gaiman, the book was passed on to the fantasy shelves at bookstores. There is a very interesting discussion between Neil Gaiman and Kazuo Ishiguro, in which Neil Gaiman feels sad and perplexed how fantasy is considered inferior to realistic fiction. On one hand, people say that these books are important and they are beautifully crafted, and on the other hand, you do not get any real recognition. Neil Gaiman and Kazuo also talk about reading for pleasure and reading for improvement. Kazuo says reading for improvement is not wrong. However, if you're going to be reading for improvement only so that you can move up the class ladder or be seen as an intellectual, then that's not right. He says that that's not what reading and writing should be about, because then books are just serving the same kind of function that a certain brand of car or jewelry does, in just denoting a person's social position. The American novelist Lev Grossman says novels aren't status symbols, or they shouldn't be. In fact, he goes on to call all of us as self-loathing capitalists. He says anything associated with commerce, as genre fiction is automatically tainted and disqualified from having any aesthetic value. Ray Bradbury, Neil Gaiman, Margaret Atwood, Mary Shelley, Jane Austen, and so many others have proven that genre fiction and literary fiction are not mutually exclusive. There is a broad spectrum, and it is a disservice to literature to say that genre fiction is inferior to literary fiction. In the international publishing arena, only those Indian authors who write literary fiction or non-fiction get a chance to publish their books to an international audience. If you're neither, then you have no hope of an agent even glancing at your book proposal. This is a sad state of affairs. It is high time we give genre fiction the recognition that it deserves. As Ursula Le Guin says, literature is the extant body of written art. All novels belong to it. Why should we exclude literary fiction or genre fiction? They are all novels, and everything is literature. Thank you. This is Archana signing off. Catch you with the next writing myth tomorrow. Bye.